which is that every 33 seconds, someone dies from cardiovascular disease in the United States.
With so many Americans losing their lives to heart disease, isn't it time to make a change? What if a single exercise could turn back the clock on your heart by 20 years and help your body fight cancer? Dr. Rhonda Patrick, a leading expert in health and longevity, has uncovered a groundbreaking approach to boosting heart health and cancer prevention through targeted exercise. In this video, we'll explore how incorporating the right type of movement into your routine can dramatically improve cardiovascular function, rejuvenate your heart, and enhance your body's natural defenses against cancer. Stay tuned to learn how one type of exercise can be the ultimate key to a healthier heart and a longer, stronger life.
But I think one of the most convincing studies that I've seen for vigorous intensity exercise has to do with structural changes in the aging heart. It was just so astounding that you could get structural changes in the heart, essentially is reversing the aging heart by just about 20 years from doing this vigorous intensity exercise protocol in 50-year-olds that were sedentary.
This workout is more than just a muscle builder. It has life-changing effects on your organs and brain. HIIT improves heart health, reduces blood pressure, and boosts brain function by increasing the production of important neurotransmitters. It's an incredibly efficient way to enhance your overall well-being, and the benefits go far beyond fitness. Let's dive deeper into the incredible benefits of HIIT.
As we age, our heart undergoes structural changes. It gets smaller in size and it gets stiffer. And this translates to functional deficiencies like exercise capacity goes down, but also it increases the risk for cardiovascular disease. A lot of different changes start to happen in the cardiovascular system when that occurs.
As we age, our heart goes through natural changes that make it less efficient. The heart gets a bit smaller and its walls become stiffer. This stiffness can make it harder for the heart to fill with blood and pump it effectively, reducing blood flow throughout the body. These changes contribute to a decline in overall heart function and can increase the risk of cardiovascular problems.
There was a study done at UT Southwest in Dallas by Ben Levine's group where they took 50-year-olds that were disease-free, but they were sedentary, right? So they didn't have type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular disease, but they weren't physically active. And they put them on one or two different exercise protocols. One that was the control group, which was more like a stretching, a little bit of a body weight training. It wasn't high intensity. They weren't really getting the heart rate up. A little more like yoga-ish type of workout. And the other group did that, but they also had a high intensity, like vigorous exercise workout program. And this was a 2-year intervention study. And so the first 6 months was like a progressive building up their endurance. And once they got to the 6-month mark, most of these people were doing about 4 to 5 hours a week of training, and a good portion of that time was spent in what's called maximal, your maximal state, exercise state, where they were doing like 20 to 30 minutes a day of maximal intensity exercise, not maximal intensity, but steady state. So they were able to basically maintain the maximal amount of intensity they could for 20 or 30 minutes. So it was vigorous. They were going 75, 80% max heart rate. They also did the Norwegian 4x4 protocol once a week. And after those 2 years, the structural changes in their heart reverted back almost 20 years. So their hearts got like more malleable and they got larger, and it was like looking at a 30-year-old heart, and these were 50-year-olds.
A remarkable study led by Dr. Ben Levine's team discovered that regular, vigorous exercise can help reverse some of these aging effects in the heart. In the study, a group of people in their 50s who were mostly sedentary began following a workout routine that included high-intensity exercises 4 to 5 times a week. This routine was demanding, but incredibly effective. After about 2 years, the participants' hearts had regained youthful characteristics, with their hearts functioning similarly to those of people in their 30s. This exercise acted like a natural anti-aging treatment for the heart, making it stronger and more flexible. It's exciting to think that regular, vigorous exercise might actually turn back the clock on heart aging and improve cardiovascular health. Did you know that high blood pressure could be an early warning sign for serious issues like heart disease and dementia? High blood pressure doesn't have to be a life sentence. With the right exercise, you can fight back. Keep watching to find out how.
And there's also drug-sized blood pressure improvements with blood pressure with vigorous intensity exercise. So there's been a variety of randomized controlled trials and meta-analyses of these trials that have found people that work out and do more vigorous intensity exercise 3 to 4 days a week, about 20 to 60 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise, can improve their blood pressure similar to medications like antihypertensive medications. And high blood pressure is not just a risk factor for cardiovascular disease. It's now been established that it's one of the most important early risk factors for dementia and Alzheimer's disease. So the fact that you can comparably get these improvements in blood pressure like you would get with a pharmaceutical drug is also, I think, extremely encouraging, right?
Vigorous exercise can have a big impact on your blood pressure, almost like taking medication for high blood pressure. When you do high-intensity workouts, your heart gets stronger, which helps it pump blood more effectively. This leads to lower blood pressure levels, both the systolic and the diastolic, which reduces stress on your heart and blood vessels. The benefits of controlling blood pressure go beyond just heart health. Keeping your blood pressure in check can also reduce your risk of developing serious health problems like cardiovascular disease, stroke, and even brain conditions such as dementia or Alzheimer's. High blood pressure is a major risk factor for these conditions, which is why managing it is important. High blood pressure is often a warning sign that something is wrong in the body. If left unchecked, it can lead to more severe health issues over time. That's why regular vigorous exercise is so crucial. It's not just about feeling better today, it's about protecting your health for the future. By making exercise a part of your routine, you're giving yourself a better chance at a healthier and longer life.
When I say high, I mean 75, 80% max heart rate. To do that is from brain benefits. And that largely has to do with something called lactate, which probably many of you are familiar with. So when you force your muscles to work so hard that you can't get oxygen to them fast enough to make energy, they have to adapt, right? And they use glucose as energy without the mitochondria, which is generally how you're making energy. And as a byproduct of that, you're churning out lactate, which was thought to be this sort of metabolic byproduct. It turns out it's much more than that. And so lactate gets into circulation and it's taken up by other tissues, including the muscle, the brain, the heart, liver, and it's used as energy in those tissues. So it's a very energetically favorable source of energy. It's actually easier to make energy from lactate than from glucose. So it takes less energy to make energy from lactate than glucose. But also it acts as a signaling molecule. It's a way for your muscles to communicate with other parts of your body.
High-intensity exercise doesn't just benefit your body, it's also great for your brain. When you do intense workouts, your body produces lactate. Lactate is often thought of as a byproduct of exercise, but it actually serves as an important energy source and signaling molecule for the brain. This means it helps activate certain brain functions, including promoting the growth of new brain cells.
The brain, and there's many benefits to having lactate go into the brain. And one of those is that it signals to the brain to make something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. And what this is a growth factor that is involved in increasing new neurons inside the hippocampus and other regions in the brain, but mostly the hippocampus, which is important for learning and memory.
One of the key benefits of lactate is that it boosts the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. BDNF is a protein that plays a critical role in the growth and maintenance of neurons and brain cells, especially in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is a part of the brain that is crucial for memory and learning. By increasing BDNF, high-intensity exercise helps improve memory, learning ability, and overall brain health.
It increases neurogenesis, but it also is important for neuroplasticity. This is the way your brain adapts and is able to adapt to the changing environment and still function. It plays a big role in depression. People that are depressed have a very low level of neuroplasticity, and so they have a hard time adapting to the changing environment, and that causes depressive symptoms. So brain-derived neurotrophic factor is like amazing for your brain. You want more of it, and high intensity, exercise is the way to get more of it. Lactate also signals to the brain to make neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and serotonin. These studies have been done in humans. Lactate, again, made from muscles. When you're forcing your muscles to work hard, when you're going high intensity, crosses over the blood-brain barrier, and your brain is working hard during exercise, and so lactate is fueling that, your brain function during exercise, but it's also increasing things like norepinephrine, which is involved in focus and attention, serotonin, and there have been studies showing that even 10 minutes of a high-intensity interval training workout can improve cognition, improve mood. I mean, it's just really easy to get those improvements in just a short amount of time by just getting after it pretty hard.
BDNF also supports mood stabilization and emotional well-being. It's linked to increased adaptability in the brain, meaning your brain can better adjust to challenges and stress. This makes it easier to cope with difficult situations and improve your mental resilience. Additionally, exercise boosts the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine, which help improve mood, reduce stress, and increase focus. Serotonin promotes relaxation and positivity, while norepinephrine enhances alertness and energy. Together, they provide a mental and emotional boost, making you feel more focused and positive. You don't need hours in the gym to see benefits. Just 10 minutes of high-intensity exercise can boost your mood, reduce stress, and improve focus. Short bursts trigger the release of neurotransmitters, enhancing mental clarity and concentration. These quick workouts are enough to support brain function, including memory. Even with a busy schedule, 10 minutes of exercise can give your brain the stimulation it needs to perform better.
So I just wanted to spend just a second talking about some of the anti-metastatic effects of a vigorous intensity exercise. Most of us here know that exercise is one of the best things you can do to prevent cancer, but also as an adjunct cancer treatment. Many different ways that's occurring, but one interesting way that most people don't know about is through the shearing forces of your blood flow. So just getting that blood flow to go faster by exercising, by getting that exercise, kills what are called circulating tumor cells.
Exercise plays a powerful role in cancer prevention, and it works in ways you might not expect. When you engage in high-intensity exercise, your heart rate increases, which boosts blood flow throughout your body. This increased blood flow creates shearing forces that help target and break up circulating tumor cells that might be traveling through your bloodstream and could potentially lead to cancer spreading or metastasis. In simpler terms, when your heart is pumping faster during exercise, it helps to get rid of these harmful cells, which could prevent cancer from spreading to other parts of your body. This makes exercise a natural and powerful way to support cancer prevention. The great thing about regular high-intensity exercise is that it has a significant effect on your overall cellular health. By improving blood flow and promoting the removal of potentially harmful cells, you're not only boosting your fitness, but also providing a layer of protection against diseases like cancer. So adding high-intensity exercise to your routine doesn't just help with weight loss or muscle building. It can be a key part of reducing cancer risk and supporting long-term health.
There's some evidence that doing this vigorous exercise is important, but it has to be like a longer interval type of exercise. So, at least 1 minute, that would be sort of the minimum, but better if you can get to 4 minutes. So there's something called the Norwegian 4x4 protocol. And that's 4 minutes at the highest intensity that you can maintain for that entire 4 minutes, followed by 3-minute recovery of light exercise. I mean, you want your heart rate to come down so that you could do it again 4 times.
Incorporating high-intensity exercise into your routine doesn't have to be complicated. One effective method is 4x4 interval training. This involves 4 short bursts of intense exercise, each lasting about 4 minutes, followed by a brief rest. You can also aim for 20-30 minutes of moderate to high-intensity exercise several times a week. This could include activities like sprint intervals, vigorous cycling, or even stair climbing.
It was a progressive protocol, so obviously when you have an untrained person, you don't just right out the bat, Norwegian 4x4, day 1. No, that's not going to happen. So it took them 6 months to kind of work up their training, right, their endurance. And by the time they got to their 6-month mark, they were doing about, 4 hours a week of what's called maximal intensity exercise. So this is vigorous.
For those just starting, it's important to ease into high-intensity workouts. You don't need to jump straight into intense routines. Begin with shorter sessions and gradually increase the duration or intensity as your fitness level improves. For example, try sprinting for 20-30 seconds, then walking for a minute, and repeat for 15-20 minutes. Over time, you can increase the number of sprints and reduce the rest periods. Experts recommend aiming for at least 3-4 sessions of high-intensity exercise each week to get the best health benefits. Consistency is key, but don't overdo it in the beginning. Listen to your body and progress at a pace that works for you. Even starting with just a few minutes of high-intensity exercise can make a big difference in your health over time. In conclusion, just a few hours of intense exercise each week can do wonders for your health. You're not only building strength, but also giving your heart, brain, and body powerful defenses against diseases. From improving your heart's health to boosting memory and mood, high-intensity workouts offer a range of life-changing benefits. The best part is that you don't need to spend hours in the gym. Just a few short sessions can make a big difference. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your experience with high-intensity workouts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions you may have. And if you want more tips on keeping your heart healthy or boosting your brain power, check out our next video for even more valuable advice. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.